Hey everyone, welcome to their top 10 list. In my last top 10 list, you saw my top 10 favorite movie couples. Now it's time for the TV couples. Yes, here's my top 10 personal favorite TV couples. I love couples. I love a lot of couples and relationships and TV shows, so this was a little hard to choose my favorites, but with some deep thinking, I finally found it, and here's my top 10 list of my personal favorite couples and TV shows. And of course, for a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions for my favorite TV couples are Ross and Rachel from Friends, Doug and Carol from ER, Clark and Lois from Smallville, Dan and Roseanne from Roseanne, Ricky and Lucy from I Love Lucy, Carrie and Mr. Vague from Sex and the City, and Corey and Topanga from Boy Meets World. All very good couples, but they just couldn't make the top 10 list. But with David, my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is Eddard Stark and Lady Catelyn from Game of Thrones. Yes, I could have went with a few couples in Game of Thrones, but then I realized a lot of couples in Game of Thrones are really fucked up and they just don't work out. They just don't work out. And yes, Lady Catelyn and Ned Stark, spoilers, they're both dead in this show, but this couple just felt more viable. Like, I actually felt the romance between them. Yes, I felt it a little bit with Khal Drogo and Daenerys, but did you see how that relationship started? It started with a rape. Like, that, no. But Lady Catelyn and Ned Stark, like, yes, it was in a love and a passionate relationship, but, like, they grew to respect and love each other, and I felt their relationship. Like, anytime they had concern for each other, it felt like a genuine concern. Like, when Ned was about to die, Lady Catelyn was ready to get the frickin' army going and help her husband out, and, like, I just felt I felt like they were a married couple, and I just loved the relationship. I loved both these performances. Yes, Sean Bean just had to die and everything, but I loved their relationship. I bought their relationship better than most people's relationship. I actually bought Tyrion and Shay's relationship, but then that just changed in season 4. But Ned and Lady Catelyn just feels like a good marriage, and just they felt like they were actually in love with each other. They weren't doing it to manipulate anyone or kill anyone. They actually genuinely loved each other. Yes, I know people are gonna say, well, Ned cheated on her and got Jon Snow the bastard, but there's a theory going around that Jon Snow isn't really Ned's son, that he's really Ned's sister's son, and his father is Rhaegar Targaryen. But that's just a theory, and that's actually a theory I actually do believe. So that's why I'm believing that Ned Stark was always faithful, because, you know, he doesn't seem like a guy that would cheat on Lady Catelyn. That's not the kind of guy he is. He's a very honorable guy, and he actually loves his family and loves his wife. So that's why I love these two as a couple and love them as a married couple, and they're my 10 favorite couples in TV shows. Coming number 9 is Buffy and Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes, I enjoyed her relationship with Spike, and Spike is my favorite character. But again, that was a pretty one-sided kind of relationship. Spike, you know, he loved her, she found him okay. But Buffy and Angel, they actually genuinely loved each other. Like, they were just, like, addicted to each other. They were like crack for each other, and they, like, genuinely, like, cared for each other. They wanted to protect each other, and plus they killed vampires with each other, so yeah, that's awesome and badass. But I loved their chemistry with each other. I thought David Morantz and Sarah Michelle Gellar did a fantastic job, and I bought their relationship. Unfortunately, when they first do the nasty, Angel loses his soul and becomes Angelus again, so they can never truly be happy with each other, but they just have this connection with each other. They will always love each other. Even in Angel, in the ending of Angel, like, he was with a lot of women, no one is ever going to be like Buffy. And Buffy even says, all the relationships she's had, no one will be like Angel, because they are soulmates. They are connected with each other. Even though they can never be fully happy with each other, they're still the best couple I've ever seen. Even though they've never been happy, it doesn't matter. They're still soulmates, and they're still my 9 favorite couples in TV shows. Coming number 8 is Lily and Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. Yes, I could have went with Robin and Ted or Robin and Barney, but none of those relationships seemed to work out. Lily and Marshall, from the very first episode, they are together. Yes, they broke up for a little bit at the end of the first season, but they are the best couple. They are the most loyal couple. They've only had sex with just each other. That's it. They've never experimented with other people. They've never had feelings for anyone else but each other. They're the definition of a frickin' perfect couple, because they just love each other. They're very funny together, they get each other's quirks, they love each other's quirks, and just else in the world for them but each other. And that's why I love Lily and Marshall. Like, again, I like Ted, and I like Ted with Robin, and Barney with Robin, but again, that's always an on-again, off-again thing. Lily Marshall, right from the first episode, he's proposing to her, and then eventually get married to each other, and then in the last few seasons they have kids with each other. So yeah, they're the ones in that show that actually stay with each other from start to finish. Even though they did have a little break, they are still always with each other. They always love each other. There's no one else for them but Lily Marshall, and they're my favorite couples in shows. I love them. Coming number 7 is Chandler and Monica from Friends. Yes, I know so many people love Ross and Rachel. They love Ross and Rachel. They're good. Yes, they're good. But they're always on again, off again. Just like, Ted and Robin from How I Met Your Mother. But just also like How I Met Your Mother, Chandler and Monica are always with each other. They didn't start off in the first season, but when they get together, they stay together. They don't break up. They don't have second thoughts about being with other people and stuff. Well, Monica sort of does with Richard, but that's a very brief thing. But they actually love each other. They love each other's quirks and everything. Yes, Monica is a clean freak, and yes, Chandler makes an absurd amount of jokes. But they love their flaws. They love that it's a part of them because they just love who they really are. And they're the best couple I've seen in any comedy show. And I love Chandler and Monica. I know a lot of people love Ross and Rachel, but I love Chandler and Monica. Card number 6 is Leonard and Penny from The Big Bang Theory. Yes, a nerd and a very dumb blonde. Yes, she becomes smarter with Leonard. That's what I like about their relationship. Yes, in the beginning, he was too dorky for her. She was only dating good-looking dudes. But when they actually date each other and actually fall in love with each other, she becomes less shallow and actually likes people for their intellect and their mind and how kind and generous they are. That's why Penny loves Leonard so much in the show The Big Bang Theory, is because she loves how sweet he is. She loves how loyal he is to her. And she just loves that, she learns so much from him, and he's a very smart guy, and first, yes, he did like her because she was good looking, but also, she's the one that's right for him, and yeah, they do not look like everyday couple because one's beautiful, one's very geeky and small, but they just work together because they learn from each other. They are the opposite of each other, but that's the definition of opposites attract. Opposites don't always attract, but when it comes to Leonard and Penny, they do attract, and yeah, they're my favorite couple in TV shows. Love Leonard and Penny. Come number 5 is Mulder and Scully from the X-Files. Yes. That's a terrible impression of the theme song of the X-Files, but X-Files is finally back. Yes. Yes, Mulder and Scully has a very strange relationship. They didn't start off in a relationship, it's a partnership, but they grew to love each other, and yeah, everyone loves Mulder and Scully. Everyone loves it. They're the best crime show couples out there. I could have went with a few CSI couples, but to be honest, I don't watch CSI. I was going to go with Castle and, what's her name? The girl from Castle? I've watched Castle a long time, but again, just out of crime shows, Mulder and Scully are the most iconic, and they're my personal favorites. Love Mulder and Scully. Coming number 4 is Homer and Marge from The Simpsons. Yes, for, 20-something seasons, Homer and Marge have been a married couple. Through ups and downs, they still love each other. Even though Homer's a complete moron, she loves him. And just, when you see a lot of, especially flashback episodes of The Simpsons, you actually really buy their relationship. You understand why Marge loves Homer so much. Their relationship is just so weird and strange and quirky, but you get it. You understand why they love and respect each other so much. Yes, again, they each have done very despicable things to each other, but you get that they love each other. You get that Homer loves his kids and loves his wife. You get that Marge loves her kids and loves Homer. I didn't buy that with a lot of cartoon couples, like, Hank and Peggy from King of the Hill. They're an okay couple, but it was sort of one-sided with Peggy, and Family Guy, that's just a fucked up relationship. They kick the shit out of each other and everything. That's too weird. Even Stan and Francine from American Dad, again, it's very one-sided. Francine loves Stan more than Stan loves himself. But anyways, Homer and Marge are the best cartoon couples, and I just buy their relationship. They've been lasting for 27 seasons, and they're still going strong. Love Homer and Marge. Oh, homie. That was a terrible Marge impression. I am sorry. Coming number 3 is Jim and Pam from The Office. There was a lot of couples in the show The Office, but Jim and Pam is the best couple. Jenna Fisher is fantastic. John Krasinski is fantastic. The chemistry with each other is really good. They're both very dry and very strangely witty, but they just love each other. They are perfect for each other. They are each other's equals. I say opposites attract. Well, equals also attract, and that's Jim and Pam. And they're my favorite couples in The Office. I didn't like a lot of couples in the show The Office. I actually didn't like a lot of characters in the show The Office, but Jim and Pam are always my favorites, and they're, of course, my favorite couples in TV shows. Coming number 2 is Willow and Tara from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes, another Buffy couple, a homosexual Buffy couple. This is one of the first homosexual couples I was pretty much introduced to when I was younger. I think there was some before, but when I was a kid watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Willow and Tara was like the first lesbian gay couple I saw on TV shows. And honestly, I really enjoyed them as a couple. Yes, they're two witches, and that's how they get connected with each other, because they both have powers, witch powers, and that's how they love each other, because they both have a lot alike, and they feel like they're the only two people in the world with this kind of power. They still are. There's other witches, but with their kind of power, they're the only two, and I love their relationship. I think they're both fantastic. I love Allison Hannigan in the show. Yes, another list. Allison Hannigan showed up twice on the list. Lily Marshall, Willow and Tara, and I love this relationship. And it's just downright heartbreaking how it ends when Tara gets shot. That just shows to show you how much Willow is in love with Tara. When Tara dies, she goes fucking dark Willow and murders some fucking people, because that is love for you. That is love for you. And I just love them as a couple. They're my favorite gay couple in any TV show, and I love Buffy, and I love them in Buffy, and they're my second favorite couple in TV shows. And my number one favorite couple in TV shows is, yes, this is a weird one, but Wash and Zoe from Firefly. Yes, again, people are going to be like, oh, okay, you're doing this on purpose. Firefly is your favorite show, and you're just doing it because it's your favorite show. Well, no, not technically. I think Wash and Zoe are the best couple I've seen in TV shows, because again, they're the most realistic couple I've seen in shows. Just like I say it with Jesse and Celine in the Buffy Horror Trilogy, goes the same with Wash and Zoe. They're just very realistic. I just buy them as a couple and buy them as a married couple, and just the way they act and the way they touch each other and look at each other and talk to each other, I buy it. I just feel like they're a married couple. And yes, she's more of the man because she's badass and, you know, fights all the enemies with Malcolm Reynolds, but he will do whatever it takes to protect her. Like, even in that episode when he goes on the mission with Mel because he doesn't want Zoe in danger, because he is a loving husband. And even in that episode, you see Zoe chooses Wash over Malcolm Reynolds, her own boss and best friend. She doesn't choose him. She chooses her husband because she loves her husband so much. I know a lot of people are going to probably say, well, in Serenity, she doesn't get all that upset when he dies. I'm like, yes, she does. She just doesn't have time to get fucking upset. She does get upset for that little brief moment, but she doesn't have time. She has to go kill some fucking Reavers who killed her freaking husband. And you know how she doesn't even give a shit that she doesn't even care if she lives or dies, because Wash is dead. She barely has anything now because her husband is dead. And when you read the comic books of the Serenity comic books showing afterwards of Serenity, you'll see how much Zoe loved Wash and how much Wash meant to her. And I just loved them as a couple. Like, anytime I just picture a realistic couple in a TV show, I picture Firefly. I know it's strange to think of a sci-fi show, but Wash and Zoe are my favorite couples. It's just a personal opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, but as for my favorite couples in TV shows, Wash and Zoe are my favorites. So yeah, that was my top 10 personal favorite TV couples. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, give me your top 10 personal favorite TV couples. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.